Heyo friendos, and welcome back to my channel. I have in my hand the brand new Sol de Janeiro fragrance, After Hours. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I will be giving it a review today, and then you Pat McGrath Labs lovers are going to want to stay tuned till the end. So I'm going to be doing this look right here with two of my favorite Mothership palettes. If you're into perfume reviews and my intro hasn't scared you off already, well then please go ahead, hit subscribe, and friendos, just stay tuned. So today's Sol de Janeiro perfume is so different from all the other releases that I have tried from the brand. We're all used to something nutty and gourmand from the brand. Usually there's a little bit of floral, but today this one is an amber floral to the T. The notes on this fragrance are blackcurrant, pear, jasmine, vanilla, whipped cream, freesia, caramel, patchouli, and amberwood. Now, if you're thinking, I feel like I've heard this before. I think I've heard this fragrance notes in combination before. Yes, you have. I'm going to tell you about two other very famous perfumes that smell very close to what we have in my hand right now. But before we get into that, I'm going to let you know the price on this, and it's a measly $24. And that's something to consider when I go into the comparisons, because the other two are far more expensive than all the product we get right here for $24. So in giving this a spray, it starts out quite fruity. You can definitely pick up on that blackcurrant. It's almost a raspberry scent. It's that sweet blackcurrant. The pear is there, but it is not a focal point of this perfume. As this dries down, it becomes creamier, it becomes sweeter, it becomes more floral. And the longer it sits on your skin, the more you'll pick up on the caramel vibes, which I feel like is the only staple scent that makes me think this is a Sol de Janeiro while wearing it. It's the only thing that reminds me that yes, I'm wearing the Sol de Janeiro brand. The amberwood notes do not make themselves known till about 30 minutes after wearing this. I can't pick up on it at all right now. I can smell the amber, but the woody note, not so much. However, like I said, the longer I wear this, the more woodsy it smells. Now this fragrance, like most of the Sol de Janeiro line, doesn't last that long. Again, it is a cheaper perfume. It doesn't smell cheap on the skin, but it's not robust. It doesn't announce your presence. I would not call it a skin scent, but I will say of all the Sol de Janeiro fragrances that I personally own, this is the one that sits the closest to the skin. You're not going to get more than probably 2 feet of projection when it's at its fullest. So what were those two perfumes that this fragrance reminds me of? YSL Black Opium and Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb. And thanks to my perfume shopping addiction and the fine folks at Sephora, I've never had to buy full bottles of either. I just have a ton of these lying around, and whenever I want the scent, I can just go to these, and it didn't cost me a dime. I guess it depends on how you look at it, because I did spend a lot on other perfumes. Back to it. After Hours smells like these two perfumes had a baby. I'm done now. So what are the scents in these other two? Well, in Flower Bomb, we have tea, bergamot, osmanthus, orchid, jasmine, rose, freesia, orange flower, patchouli, musk, and vanilla. So we're getting 4 of the same notes as what we'll see in After Hours. We're getting the freesia, the patchouli, the vanilla, and the jasmine. And the longer this sits on my skin, the more it smells like Flower Bomb. Now, Black Opium is composed of pear, pink pepper, orange flower, coffee, jasmine, licorice, almond, vanilla, patchouli, cashmere, and cedar. And in this case, we're getting 5 of the same scents. We're getting the pear, the jasmine, the vanilla, the patchouli, and the woody note. It's not the same as amberwoods, but still, that woody scent still does come through. And I would say the opening to After Hours smells the most like Black Opium, but you're not going to get that really strong coffee scent like you do in Black Opium. So then let's talk about the price differences. So this bottle in my hand is a little bit over 3 ounces, and it costs $24 at Sephora. However, let's say you wanted to buy one of the other perfumes, because let's be real, they do last longer, there's more projection, and they're slightly a little bit more sophisticated. They have those perfumey notes because they are an eau de parfum, whereas this is just a fragrance spray. So 3.4 ounces of Black Opium from Sephora costs a whopping $155, and then Black Opium for 3.4 ounces costs a whopping $180. which is kind of steep for a perfume that's been out for a very long time. Alternatively, you could shop online at places like Fragrance Net, Fragrance X, or eCosmetics. A lot of times they'll have these older fragrances for cheaper. For example, I have seen the largest size of Black Opium for as little as $108 on there, but still, that's still 4 times the price of what you would pay for After Hours. And I did talk about the other two being a little bit more sophisticated. And that's true, but I don't know that tiny little inkling of sophistication is worth it when After Hours is on the market for so much less. So if you have been considering either of those perfumes, if you don't already own Flower Bomb, but you've wanted to own it, or even thinking about purchasing Black Opium, I would definitely consider doing After Hours over this and then just keeping it in your purse. That way, if you want a refresher, boom! You get it right back. I also have to think about this kind of thing because I don't have a sugar daddy and I really enjoy tacos and going to the movies and I have to treat myself. So After Hours, it shall be for me. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this riveting review of this perfume. Now let's get into that eye look. Now excuse me while I phone my mother. So I'm going to be using 2 PMG palettes today to complete this look. We're going to go in with Decadence. This has not gotten enough love on my channel. And I'm combining it with Subliminal, the original, my absolute favorite Mothership palette. To get started, I'm going in with the lightest matte shade in the Subliminal palette. And that's going to be my transition shade today. So I've told you guys before, Subliminal is definitely the palette that I get the most compliments on when I'm wearing a look from it. So I want to hear back from you guys. Let me know what's the palette that you get the most compliments on when you wear a look out. Just laying the groundwork, I'm now going to dive into the black matte shade in this palette. I just want to establish a border and my sparkly shades will be going inside this border. Now Friendos, let's dive into the fun. From Decadence, I'm going to go in with this almost navy sparkly shade. I'm being really careful with the placement here because with the way I put down that black shadow for my border, I didn't leave a whole lot of eyelid space left, and I want to make sure that I can get all 3 shades that I'm planning to use on my eyelid from here. The navy shade is down. I want to go into the beautiful royal blue that we see in the Subliminal palette. This blue is so brilliant. One of the absolute best blues in my entire makeup collection. Now Friendos, I'm going to dive into this more cerulean blue. This look is not complicated at all. It's just a little bit time consuming. Then for underneath my eyes, I'm going to start out with that same shade that we put down initially and just smoke out the lower lash line. Once again, I'm going to dive back to that same shade. I'm going to go around the border where I put down the shimmer shades just to get everything looking nice and smooth. And I decided I want to add just a little bit more punch to this look. So there's a topper shade in Subliminal. It's this one right here. Gorgeous. I definitely want to add this bling on top. Can you guys believe what a difference that makes? Okay, I think we are looking even now. I'm gonna pop off camera to do my liner and lashes and I'll be right back. Now Friendos, those are on. Let's finish up by bronzing up the face and adding some lipstick. I'm going in with Radiant Bronze Light from Hourglass. Then I'm going in with the Ultra Suede Matte Lip Liner. This is from NYX. Had this a long time, and it hasn't done me wrong yet. Then I'm going in with a buxom full of lip cream. This is the shade Mudslide. Well, friendos, that's today's look. Thank you guys so much for choosing to spend your free time here with me. It absolutely means the world to me, and I would really appreciate it if you haven't done so already. Give this video a like. Let me know if you think you'll be picking up one of the perfumes that I mentioned in today's video. And at last, I ask you to subscribe if you have not done so already, because if not, we'll both have to live in the sorrow of never knowing what could have been. All right, guys. Have a fabulous day. Bye.